outside of the book. This is the latest Code Vicious, the tabs versus spaces thing.
Oh, you weighed in.
Oh, yeah, I did.
What's Code Vicious think about it?
My real belief here is that our tools now should be smart enough that it doesn't matter. There should be an hidden indent character. I suggested a particular character in the latest piece. And then your editor should render it the way you think it should be rendered, right? I mean, Vim and Emacs and Eclipse and all the modern IDEs, Visual C and all this stuff, they can all do this for us instead of it being like, oh, no, only 2 spaces. No, only 4 spaces. Mm-hmm. No, 8 space. No, it's a tab. I mean, for my eyes, which are now, in their 50s, and I've always worn glasses as well, the 2-space indents, they don't fly for me. And that was always I think the GNU standard, which is what was used to write Emacs and GCC. 2-character indents just don't give me enough of a clue of where things start and stop. So I was always a fan of more indent than that. But it doesn't have to be done with spaces or tabs. It can be done with anything at this point. Yeah. People should stop arguing about that.
It's interface. It doesn't have to actually be a character to represent. It's really presentation, right? It's a presentation layer.
Yep. I mean, think of it like a PDF.
Isn't that the argument for tabs, though? Like with a tab stop, you can just use it. You can represent that however you want. But like the tab itself could be that character that represents how many indents you desire as the author. I mean, I'm not a tabs guy, but I think that's the tabber's argument.
That is one of the tabber's argument. The problem is that people have gotten so tied to the tab character that I picked a character that is not, well, it's certainly printable, but you wouldn't want it to show up in your code.
Okay, I'm curious.
So it's the Unicode character for the poo, of course, because that way when you turn on what the Unicode characters look like, all your indents are poos.
Okay.
But you can represent that any way you want.
It's a good reason not to use tabs.
There you go.
Well, it should be poos versus tabs or poos versus spaces.
Yeah, let's add a third entry into the argument.
There you go.
You just created a new standard. It's like all that XKCD, right? There's too many standards, so here's a new one to rule them all, and it's the poo standard.
It's the poo standard.